Hi, welcome back to OD YouTube channel, and today we are here for a Kaweco Sport review. So the pen that I'm reviewing today is this pen. This is the newest version of the Kaweco Collection series, and this one is called Honey, and you can see there some honey and bee related pattern there. So it is a very nice kind of a yellowish cardboard box that comes with the pen inside. So first of all, let me thank Kaweco for sending me this pen for review, and it's always nice to have another pen to review and to add to the collection. So the pen comes like this, inside a plastic sleeve as usual, and it comes with a Kaweco Royal Blue cartridge fit inside, as I showed you and I made the unboxing. It also comes with a pair of these that they are usually a little curled because they are put inside the box, the sticker and the little leaflet with the Kaweco information. So let's get back at this pen. This is a very interesting pen. This is the newest, most recent element of the Kaweco Collection series. It costs around 30 euros and comes with a cartridge, no converter, and it is a plastic Kaweco Sport pen. It fits into the Kaweco Classic Sport kind of line because it has a gold trim. So it has gold colored engraving on the cap, the logo on the top, and also the gold plated steel nib. So let's see first of all the general information about Kaweco, although if you are here maybe you already heard about Kaweco somewhere, maybe here in my channel and many other places. But a Kaweco Sport is basically so Kaweco Collection, it may be the sport model or some other Kaweco model, but it is a pen that is released into a limited time frame. Then they stop making. It's like a limited edition but without a serial number. It's not a numbered edition, they make it during some time. And so this one is a Kaweco Sport, it has the Kaweco Sport shape, and it is a pen that has, it's very simple. It has a cap that is round here next to the top. It has a flat top but with the logo that is kind of conical. The logo says Kaweco. Then you have Kaweco Collection engraved in one of the 8 facets of the octagonal shaped cap, and then you have mostly cylindrical barrel with this little recessed end part with this knurled part also. The cap unscrews with, let me see where is the engraving there, less than one turn, so 3/4 of a turn, and it uncaps. And when it uncaps we have the threads where the cap fits. We have a slightly hourglass shaped section, which is quite kind of comfortable. It's not too thin in my opinion. And it has the number 5 gold plated Kaweco nib, which is really nice. And it has a plastic feed with Kaweco engraved there. Then we can open the barrel. It has threads there. I have here a cartridge of orange ink, and that's it. Some people like to eyedropper Kaweco pens because they are nice to do that, and so that's an option. The size is, this is a pocket pen, so it's not a big pen. Just for comparison, as I usually do in these videos, I have here 2 pens that you may already know. A Parker Centennial do Fold. This is the Citrin Czech finish, and this is the Kaweco. Let me put this way to have it the right way up. let me put them like this. So the Parker Centennial Fold and the Lamy Safari Candy Mango. And the Safari, it's hard to have them faced up. So the Mango is about the same size as the Parker Centennial Fold. The Kaweco Sport is shorter. Then when we use the Parker pen, I use it unposted. When I use the the Safari, I use it unposted. When I use the Sport, because it is a pocket pen, I use it posted. And when posted, the Kaweco Sport is even a few millimeters longer than the other two full-sized pens. So the Kaweco Sport becomes a full-sized pen when it is posted, and it is meant to be posted as by its design. Let's take these away and let me just show you some color comparisons, because I think you may find it interesting before I'll go to the writing sample. But for the color comparison, I have here a couple more pens. So I have to say that the yellow, let me just zoom out a little bit to be able to put more pens around. So the Kaweco Sport is not usually made in yellow. I have here 4 yellow Kaweco pens. I'm not including here because it makes no sense in the way they are made the Frosted Sport Sweet Banana, because it's kind of a translucent, very light pastel-like color. And I don't have here also the Kaweco Ice Sport Yellow, because it's kind of a transparent fluorescent yellow. And I miss in my collection the Kaweco Sport Yellow by Diplomat. I don't have that pen, but it exists. So let me show you the pens that I have here for comparison. And I have 4, as I told you. I always need to check these because the colors are so similar that it's easy to get confused, and I'm already confused by now. Let me just check which is which. I need to open the pens just before I show them to you. Okay. I'm missing one pen. Okay, I found it. Sorry about that. So, there are a few more Kaweco Sports, as I told you, in yellow. I have here the Kaweco Bunt Sport, at least it was the name that I could find in an old Kaweco catalog. Kaweco Bunt Sport, this one had a different nib without breather hole, and the feed is also different. It is an older edition, and this color was also made in that version of Kaweco Sport by Diplomat, and I don't have that pen in my collection yet. So if you have it and if you want to sell it to me, please let me know. I'm interested. Then there was also the Kaweco Art Sport Amecitrin. Maybe this shouldn't come here because it's also not related at all regarding material. This is a plastic pen, regular plastic, ABS plastic. As far as I know, this one is acrylic. It's different. It has some translucency, this marbled effect, so it's different. Then we have the Kaweco Sunrise and Sunset. One is gold trim and the other one has silver trim. This was a special, an exclusive edition made by or for Fontoplumo. It is a yellow pen, and I'll put it next to this one, and the different also. I'm not sure how well you will be able to see these on screen, but this is a cool yellow, this is more a warm yellow, and this is a warm darker yellow. And I also have here this edition for Asia from one or 2 years ago, I don't remember, with chrome trim, and it was called Tokyo Bike, and it is also a different shade of yellow, maybe more here if you want to have the maybe a color sequence. Let me just adjust a little bit the exposure. I'm not sure if this will help, but to see the differences. So this is called as a honey color, so it is actually a different color from the regular yellow. I also have here another Kaweco pen, which is not a Kaweco Sport, but it is a Kaweco Student. And this is Kaweco Student Vintage Yellow. And I cannot say that this is the same, but it looks really similar. Interestingly, in camera or on camera, it looks less similar than it is on real life. But you can have an idea of the shade of the yellow we have here. Also, I have the ones that I showed you, the Parker Centennial Blue Full Citrine Check, the Mango, the Safari Mango, which is very bright color. And I have a few other pens, just for color comparison. I have here the Pilot Capless Yellow, which is a mustard yellow, much darker. I have the William Shakur Titan pen, which is very big pen, which is really a different shade of yellow also. And I have here the Sailor King of Pen, which is a cooler, paler yellow. We have the Parker Jotter. We have, no, sorry, this is the, not Parker Jotter. This is the Aurora Duocard. I reached for the Parker Jotter and I picked up the wrong pen. This is the Parker Jotter. Also a different kind of yellow. And finally, I have here the Majohn, or is it called Moonman, V60. And you can see all these kind of yellows are different. There is this is really unique. The idea is to emulate the color of honey, which is kind of an off yellow. It's not pure yellow. So this is it, this is the pen. Let's just bring some paper and let's make just a writing sample. So here we have paper and pen, and let's see. So this is the Kaweco. Let me bring it here to ensure there is some focus. Kaweco Collection Honey. This one has a medium steel nib. The paper is Rhodia dot pad, and the ink is Kaweco Sunrise Yellow, Orange, sorry. I just now started writing sample and it's already a mess. So what I have to say about this specific nib, I have to say it writes quite well, but I find it sometimes to skip a little bit. And the feel that I have is that there may be some baby's bottom. I didn't look at it with a loop, but I find it sometimes it skips a little bit. It's not seriously, but sometimes you can see like there. I have to be honest, this is very rare to happen to me with Kaweco pens. Some people say it happens. To me, it doesn't really happen that much. With this pen, it happens a little bit. Otherwise, the nib is the usual Kaweco stuff. You can have a little line variation if you press very hard, but not that much. And you cannot write with it with the nib upside down. This is how the line has some variation, which I would say it doesn't have. This is again trying to have some flex, it doesn't have. And this is how wet the pen is, and it is quite wet. So I think it's kind of a good nib. I need just to check if there is some baby's bottom, but I would say the feel that I have is that there is, or maybe there is some kind of oil on the tip of the pen, but I would bet more in an over polished nib. So let's just bring my book here, the book of my favorite book, and let me just write a little bit for you to see the pen writing. So this is how the pen writes. I would say it writes really well. Here I didn't have that problem of the slight skip. It happens sometimes, not often, but it happens. So this is all I had to show you today. This is overall the same kind of experience as the usual Kaweco Sport experience, but this time you have another yellow pen, and yellow is not really a common color for Kaweco Sport pens. So finally I have to thank Kaweco for sending me this pen. I was lucky because I received and I showed you the unboxing even before it was released on the market, and I have to thank you also to you all for watching my videos. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time soon. Bye.